Okay. So, continuation ito nung topic natin about logic and reasoning from last time. So, um, what what's happening here? Ito yung ano no, kung kailan true kapag ano, uh, yung mga example natin, yung example natin previously, inassume lang natin na yung proposition natin true. Pero i-assume din natin yung iba pang cases, what if false? Kasi total naman ang proposition is a mathematical statement that's either true or false. So kung true ito, ang not be false. Kapag false ito, ang not be true. Okay? So, tingnan natin mga iba't ibang example. So, construct a truth table for the following statements. P implies not Q, tapos not P or Q implies not R. Okay. So, unahin natin yung P implies not Q. So, dahil dalawa yung statements natin dito, magkakaroon tayo ng 2 squared 4 cases. Okay? So, for P implies not Q, we have yung P, it's either true or false. Tapos, sa Q, it's either true or false. True or false. Okay? So, true or false. Para sa Q, true or false. Sa false naman ng may dalawang sa false ng P, may dalawang cases for Q, true or false. So we have true, 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 false, false, true, false, false. Now, we have here not Q. But not Q, pabaliktarin mo lang to. True is false, false becomes true, true becomes false, false becomes true. Okay, so P implies not Q. Okay, so kapag true ang conclusion, sorry, true ang premise, false ang conclusion, true premise, false conclusion, false. True premise, true conclusion, true. False premise, false conclusion, yung lahat, true. False premise, true conclusion, true lahat. Okay? So this one, magiging false lang siya kapag true yung premise, false yung conclusion. The rest, true. Okay? How about yung ano yung isa pa? Not P or Q implies not R. Okay. So there are three statements P, Q, R. So there are 2 to the power 3, 8 possible cases for all combinations of truth values of P, Q, and R. So ang haba nito para gawin. So yung P, true, false. Tapos, sa Q, true, false, para yan din sa 3. Tapos sa false, true, false. Tapos sa ano naman, sa R, true, false, true, false, true, false, true, false. So you will have true, 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 false, true, false, true, true, false, false. So ito yung mga combination na yun. So you just have to be systematic on how you write this part here. So ito yung column na titingnan nyo muna. And then, isa-isahin natin. Not P. Ano ang not P? So babalik ka rin mo lang natin. Magiging, itong in-encircle natin ngayon, magiging false lahat. Ito naman naka-encircle itong bago, magiging true lahat. Okay? And then, not P or, not P and Q. Not P and Q. Okay? Ang not P and Q, by the way nga pala, hindi na natin pinoint out dito. Pareho lang ito sa Q and not P. Commutative ang commutative, kasi may operations tayo, so we can talk about commutativity, associativity. Pero kasi medyo yan the scope na yun ng Math 10. Pero kung gusto nyo lang gamitin yung idea ng commutative, associative, mga ganyan. Commutative and pati or, commutative. Ang hindi commutative, yung implication, yung if then, hindi siya commutative. Kasi ang P implies Q ay hindi pareho sa Q implies P. Okay? Pero ito, not P and Q. Not P and Q, false and true, false. False and true, false. False and false, false. False and false, false. True and true, true. True and true is again true. True and false, false. And finally, true and false, false. Okay. And then yung not are, babalik ka rin lang na asal. Babalik ka rin lang yung natin ito. So magiging false, true, false, true, false, true, false, true. And then we now answer this part here. So not P and Q false implies false, true. False implies true, true. False implies false, true. False implies true, true. How about true implies false? False. True implies true, true. False implies false, true. And false implies true, true. Okay? So, sa isa lang siya nag-false. Itong part lang ito. Okay? So, that's how you just play around with truth tables. Mhm. So, magka-construct lang kayo. Matrabaho talaga siya. So, here are some exercises. You can play along talaga. Play along with on how to solve them. Trabaho lang siya. Pero, hmm, ano naman, rewarding. So, ito, ano lang yan, na ibig sabihin, P implies not Q, and not Q implies P. So, nasagutan nito yung bawat isang. So, kumbaga, i-solve mo to, i-solve mo rin to, tapos i-end mo sila. Okay? So, mahaba lang yung process. Okay. So, after we discuss yung concept ng operations, katulad ng mga numbers, halimbawa, 2 plus 2, 3 times 5, may mga operations tayo. Operations on numbers. Meron yung relation. Ang mga relation ng equal, greater than, less than, sorry, greater than, less than or equal to, yung mga yan, mga relations ang tawag na doon. May ganun din pagdating sa statements. So, may dalawa kang statement, may pika, ano yung pwede niya kunyari, P or Q, ano yung magiging relationship sa R? So, may kumbaga may equal sign dito. Pero ang tanong, anong equal sign na yun? Yung counterpart sa statements. So, relations on statements. In the previous section, we defined the possible operations on statements that are used to construct compound statements. The resulting compound statement has a truth value, although it may or may not make sense. For example, the statement, if all rooms are red, then all violets are blue. This is truth statement kasi ito false at ito false. So, this one is all true. But it's not materially true. Ibig sabihin, the two statements are not related. Okay? Itong statement na to, wala naman siya pakialam dyan. Okay? So, aayusin natin mamaya yan yung, okay, fine, baka kasi, if a dog is a mammal, then 3 is a number. Okay, this is true. Ito true ito, pero anong sense? Okay, walang kinalaman sa isa't isa. Okay? So, mamaya pag-aaral natin, ano lang yung mga make sense? Okay? Ano ibig sabihin din ng make sense? Okay. Now, we also studied conditionals P implies Q, and by conditionals P if and only if Q, that actually make sense or are materially true. We consider two relations on statements, implication and equivalence. In fact, na-encounter natin ito. Operations ang tinawag natin dito kanina. Okay? But they can also serve as relations. So, sino yung ito-consider natin relation? Implication and equivalence. Okay, yun yung dalawa natin relationships. Relationship between two statements. So, the first one, implication. We know that for a fact that all cats are mammals. This means that if an animal is a cat, then it is a mammal. We can state this as if it is a cat, then it is a mammal. This is not just a compound statement with a connective to, rather than it's a material integration kasi it makes sense. Hindi siya katulad ng if a dog is a mammal, then 3 is a number. It makes sense. Totoo yun. Pero, so what? O, di ba? Ito, may material implication. Kasi if something is a cat, then it's also true that it's also a mammal. We call this relation an implication kasi this one or the conclusion definitely follows from the sorry pala, mali yung in-circle ko. The conclusion definitely follows from the premise. Pero yung kanina, if a dog is a mammal, then 3 is a number. Yung 3 is a number, independent naman siya dun sa pagiging mammal ng dog. Okay? So, kapag ganon, may kinalaman talaga yung conclusion sa hypothesis, then we convert this, itong, itong implication sign by this double down. Double, pag may sense talaga. Okay? So hence, if statement P materially implies statement Q, we denote this by P implies Q. Okay? At least binabasa ko rin kanina, implies. Kasi most of the time, here in method, we just work with it implies talaga. We don't work with this one here. Kasi, yeah, it's true, pero does it make sense it doesn't make sense at all. So, you might just work with the one that makes sense. Okay? Similarly, other equivalence. On the other hand, we may also have statements which are equivalent. We usually see this in definitions and compound statements, which may be restated in another way. Consider the definition, a polygon is a triangle if and only if it has three sides. This actually means the statements P, a polygon is a triangle, and Q, a polygon has three sides. Yung it dito, okay na to kahit may pronoun, yung it naman, it, uh, it, um, it is associated or it describes polygon. Okay? Kaya safe itong it na ito. Pero kunyari, it has three sides lang, hindi ito mathematical statement. Kasi hindi mo in-specify kung anong it. Pero dito kasi naka-specify kung anong it. So, it corresponds to this method. So, dahil ito, tama naman, polygon is a triangle. Automatically, it has three sides. Pero kapag may three sides ka, automatic, you're a triangle. Okay? So, when we replace P with a statement Q, we denote the equivalence of two statements P and Q by the symbol P if and only if Q. So, two-way around that. Okay? So, P follows Q, or Q makes sense because of P, and P makes sense because of Q. So, may two-way relationship. Okay? So in the following section, we shall discuss further negations of statements and the conditional. And in these discussions, we can find more examples of equivalent compound statements. Note that we can determine the equivalence of two compound statements by comparing their truth values. If they have the same truth values for each case, then they are equivalent. Okay. So, ito yung paano natin i-establish na equivalent talaga ang dalawang statements. Kasi kung P, if and only if Q, ganyan lang, simple lang yung mga nandito. Di okay. Pero what if yung mga not P or Q, tapos dito meron sa kabila, P or not Q. Pareho ba yan? Yun yung tanong. Okay? So, tingnan natin. Use a truth table to show that not P or Q is the same as not P or not Q. Okay? So, we consider four cases kasi yung P, dalawa yung statements natin, P and Q. So, may true and false, true, false, true, false. Okay. So, we solve for not Q. Not P pala. Not P ay false, false, true, true. Not Q naman, false, true, false, true. Okay. Ano naman ang P and Q? P and Q, true and true, true. True and false, false. False and true, false. False and false, false. So kapag kinuha mo yung negation nito, ano negation niya? False, true, true, true. Okay. Now let's go here. So nasagutan natin yung left-hand side. Yung right-hand side naman. Itong right-hand side naman, itong part na ito, i-or natin siya. False or false, false. False or true, true. True or false, true. True or true, true. Okay? So, napansin natin, etong dalawang parts na to, hindi lang hindi lang dahil tatlo ang true nila, isang false, dapat ano pa yan ha? Dito sa row na ito, dapat pareho ang sagot. Sa row na ito ang sagot. Okay? So dapat pareho ng sagot sa bawat row, hindi lang sa dami. Okay? Hindi lang sa number, but it has to be in a correspondence talaga. Ito false and false, true and true, true and true, true and true. Kung nandito yung false ng isa, kasi ito true, hindi na sila equivalent. Okay? Hindi na equivalent yan. Kailangan parehong false yung nandito sa taas. Okay? Well, pwedeng true ito false, false. Pag ganyan, pwede pa rin yan. Tama pa rin yan. Equivalent pa rin sila. Okay? So, now, for each case, the two statements have the same truth value. So, not P or Q is equivalent to not P and not Q. This implies the negation of the conjunction of P and Q may, may be restated as the disjunction of the negation of P and the negation of Q. Okay. So, maraming rules to it. Let me see kung hindi ko maalala kung nasa slide yun, yung mga rules. Kung wala, you don't need to memorize it. You just can construct the truth table if you want. Hindi siya efficient, pero at least may establish mo yung equivalence ng dalawa. Pero may mga bagay ka na pwedeng i-memorize if you want to para mabilis lang yung pagsosolve. Okay, so we have the following exercises. Prove that not P or Q is not P and not Q. P implies Q. It's not P or Q. In fact, ayan pala, pinakita ko pala. Ito yung tatlong importante na equivalence. So kapag may or and ka, pag meron kang negation sa labas, yung or, yung and, nagiging or. Tapos, inenegate mo lang yung P at inenegate mo lang yung Q. Kung and naman ito, okay, kung or naman ito, magiging and ito, tapos not P and not Q. Yun lang, nag-swap lang ang or tsaka and pag may negation sa labas. Okay? Yun yung sinasabi dito. Tapos, itong P implies Q or P, if P then Q, meron pala siyang meron siyang and or counterpart. Kumbaga kasi mahirap mag-work around this statement minsan eh. Okay? Kunyari, ito yung statement mo. You can actually express it as not P or Q. Okay? Not P or Q. So, uh, kung wala kang tiwala, tingnan natin. Okay? So, tingnan natin, no? Yung number 1.2. 1.2. So, you have your P, true, true, false, false, was Q, true, false, true, false. Okay. Tapos, ano yung P implies? Ano muna yung not P? Not P, lagay natin dito. Not P ay false, false, true, true. Tapos, isa-isay natin. P implies Q. Ano makukuha natin? P implies Q. True and true, true. True and false, false. False and true, true. False and false, true. Okay. Eh, paano naman yung not P or Q? Not P or Q. Not P or Q. Not P, false, true, or kasi to, so, true. False and false, false. True and true, ay true or true, true. And finally, true or false, ay sorry, true or false, true. And you can see here, pareho sila. True, false, true, true. So itong dalawang ito, equivalent. Equivalent silang dalawa. Okay? So we now go to negation of statements. So tapos na yung ano, relation, negation of statements naman. Suppose someone claims that brand X is both cheap and good and would like to disagree and state the opposite. Or your teacher tells you that if you work hard, then you will get an excellent grade. And you know from experience that this is not true. It is important to know how to determine the opposite of a statement. That is to negate a given statement. Okay. Paano tayo mag-negate? Kasi ito yung mga iwasan na yung tamang paraan. Okay? So, halimbawa, to negate simple statements, we add the word not as appropriate. Okay, so let's illustrate. So, halimbawa, meron tayong statement 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. Ang not be, yung verb natin equal is equal to. Okay? Yan yung i-negate natin is not equal. Okay? 2 plus 3 is equal to 6. So 2 plus 3 is not equal to 6. All rows are red. Okay? Pero dito, notice, ang ninegate natin, hindi yung verb. Yung not ang natin. Okay? Not all rows are red. Okay? More on this later on, yung kapag mayroon na tayong mga all, some, none. Pag-aaralan natin ito mamaya pag may mga ganito tayong mga quantifiers. Okay? Now, the Philippines has more than 7,000 islands. So the Philippines has, pwede mo sabihin, does not have, ayan, does not have, or has more than 7,000. Di ba? Has more than. So kung more than ka, okay, Philippines has more than 7,000 islands, ano negation niya? Babaliktarin mo to. Okay? Babaliktarin mo less than, pero pwedeng maging equal. Okay? Yun ang kabaliktaran ng less than, ay ng greater than, less than or equal. Kasama yung equal sign. So, has at most, kaya may at most ang gagamitin natin. Hindi is less than. Okay? At most, 7,000 islands. So, kung ito, has less than, pag ang gagawin ito, has at least ang gagamitin mo. Okay? Yun ang kabaliktaran ng model. So, for example, ang kabaliktaran ng kabaliktaran ng open. O hindi close ha. Ang kabaliktaran ng open ay not open. Kasi may iba't iba pang type ng open. Not open, pwedeng half open. Ayun yung mga pintuan half open lang. Half closed, closed talaga. So, hindi, kasi baka i-reject mo yung mga iba pang pwedeng, kaya ang negation, pag sabi mong open, not open, under sa banner ng not open, marami yan. Okay? Kumbaga, pag ninegate mo siya, hindi lang isang case ang makukuha mo. May case ka na half open, half closed, closed. Okay? So, may mga cases kang makukuha. Not necessarily close lang ang makukuha mo. May mga iba ka pang makukuha. Okay? Kaya yun din yung idea behind this. Yung more than, ang kabaliktaran at most. But less than, ang kabaliktaran at least. Okay? So, yung negation lang. Okay? So, here are, yun lang, simple statements at yung mga exercises lang. Okay? Dami nito. Okay, so, medyo mali, but hindi siya statement, x plus y greater, less than or equal to z, ano ang negation? Although, di ba alam natin, hindi nga ito mathematical state. Hindi siya proposition kasi hindi in-specify kung ano yung x, y, z. Pero just for the sake of clarity, ano nito? Ang negation nito. It would be x plus y is greater than z. Tatanggalin mo yung equal naman. Greater than z. Okay? Okay. Atong there are 12 months in a year. Ano to? Pwede mo ba sabihin there are more 12 months or there are less than 12 months? So may dalawang cases, no? Pwedeng maging more, pwedeng maging less. So there are 12 months in a year. There there is not. Ano ba? There does not. There does not have. Ano or nito? There is, ano siya? There is, teka lang, plural ba siya? Plural ba siya? Teka lang, there is not 12 months. There is not 12. Kaya naano ako sa naano ako sa verb there does not have. Basta negation negation. Hindi ko siya mai-express ng tam. There does not have. Inawa niyo dito. Ewan ko, basta inanegate mo naman. Okay? Okay. Now, ito yung pinakita natin kanina. To negate a conjunction or disjunction, we use the following equivalences, like we have seen earlier. Not P and Q is the same as not P or not Q. Not P or Q is not P and not Q. So, ito, kanina, not P lang, if and not P, tapos, yan lang. Pero, paano kapag hinalo na natin yung not with operations? So, kumbaga may dalawang operations ka na dito. So, dinidistribute mo yung nangyayari. Not P, tapos pag dinistribute mo ito, magiging or. Not, itong or magiging N. Okay? So, negate the following statements. The chairs are red and UP is at least 100 years old. So, ano ito? The chairs are not red or UP is less than, kasi at least, ang mabay niya less than 100 years old. Okay? Now, 1 plus 1 is less than 5 or all rows are red. Ang ibabalik rin mo yung less than, magiging greater than or equal to, and yung all magiging not all rows are red. Now, Sarizal is both intelligent and nationalistic. So, Sarizal is not intelligent or he is not nationalistic. So, babalik kami and nagawin mo siyang or. Okay? So, may dalawang verb dito actually is and is. So, is not and is not. Okay? So, again, exercises. So, we can also negate statements with the quantifiers all, some, and none. That. Let us consider the following statements with quantifiers and their negation. So, all rows are red, some rows are red, and no rows are red. Okay. Now, ito yung nakakaloka sa bahay. Okay? Um, in reality, in practice naman, iniiwasan namin itong mga ganitong statements. Yung all, some, no. In fact, ang mangyayari, makikita ninyo, itong all tsaka no, almost the same sila. Ang kabaligtaran ng all and no ay some. Which is, iisipin mo, parang contradictory, all and no, parang naging pareho. Sa math, everything, parang lumalabas, it's either go big or go home ka. Hindi, mali. You should go big or go home. It's either there is some, may ilan-ilan, o lahat na. Yun lang yun. Okay? So, kaya nangyayari, this no part will fall under the category of all. Let me show you kung ibig sabihin. So, all rows are red. So, lahat ng bulaklak mo, red. Some rows are red. Ayan lang. Kasi ito, hindi. Okay. Pwede rin some rows are red, isa lang. Tapos ito, hindi. Tsaka hindi. Ito, no rows are red. Lahat wala. Okay. So pag ninegate mo to, all roses are red, not all roses are red. So pag not all roses are red, ibig sabihin, some roses might not be red. Okay? Kasi all roses are red, roses yan, rose ito, red yan. Pero not all roses. So ibig sabihin, may isa ka lang. Okay? May isa ka na pwedeng hindi isang red. So some roses are red. Papansin niyo, ito yung negation niya. Some roses are red. Pero pinakita natin kanina na ang negation niya, not all roses. Pero graphically or diagrammatically speaking, pag inimagine mo siya, not all roses, isa lang hindi, some roses are red na. Okay? Now, let's go to no roses are red. No roses are red. No roses are red. Okay? Pag nilagay mo to na not no roses are red, ang weird, no? No roses is not red. Tingnan mo yung below ko doon, no? Kasi double negation siya, no? No rose is not red. Yung below ko doon. So, walang bulaklak, hindi pula. Even I got confused. Teka lang, not all roses are not red. Pag ninegate mo ito, roses are red. Okay. Roses are red. Pag ninegate mo, hindi siya specified kung all or some, no? Yeah, that's why I avoid this kind of statements. Kasi vague siya para sa ako. Pero kasi in spirit of math, then kailangan siya ituro. Okay. Okay. Let's just focus first on this two. If I come across this one here, siguro doon ko maka-clarify siya. Okay? So let's see. Now, the negation of the statement all roses are red is simply not all roses are red. This is equivalent to some roses are not red. So yun yung nakita na kanina. Some roses are not red, then some roses are red. So pwede mo tanggalin din tong not na to kasi pag sinabi mo all roses are red, some roses are not red. Okay, pero some roses are red. True pa rin to. So yung some roses are red, it's also true. Okay? Ay, ba't ko sa that? Then, oo nga, medyo. Now, some roses are red. Note that some roses are red means there are roses which are red. The negation is there are no roses which are red. That is, no roses are red. Ano ba yun? Pag some roses are red, pag ninegate mo siya, some roses are red. So some roses are red. Some roses are not red. Pwedeng ito lang yun eh. See, this is why I hate this lesson. Itong part na to. Okay? Kasi this makes sense kapag nag-uusap tayo ng mga numbers. In mathematical parlance or mathematical speaking, makes sense to. Pero pag in-apply mo na itong mga all, some, and none pagdating sa non-mathematical entities, medyo sumasabog siya. Kasi it makes sense. Some words are not read. It describes this one here. Okay. Some rows are red. There are no roses which are red. Ano mo? Yeah, I'm confused about this one. Kasi alam mo, nag-rant ako dito. Okay. There are no roses which are red. That is no roses. This is not equivalent to some roses are not red. If some roses are red, this could be also mean that some roses are not red. So the negation should not be none are red. What? I I just typed this one mula sa ano, oops. I'm still confused until hanggang ngayon. Confused pa rin ako sa kanya. If some roses are red, this could also mean that some roses are not red. Oh. So the negation should be none are red. Why? This is not equivalent to some roses are not red. The negation of no rose are red is some roses are red. Not all roses are red. See? No roses are red ay pareho lang sa not all roses are red. So ang negation, ano negation niya? Ang negation niya, kung not all ito, ang negation niya, pag ni not mo yan, all rows are red. Pero hindi siya pwede maging some. Di ba nakikipaglokohan lang tayo dito? Nakikipaglokohan lang tayo dito. Kaya sabi ko sa inyo, I hate this lesson part here. Kasi pag dinegate mo siya, not P, di ba? Not all roses. So not, wait. Pag ninegate mo siya, not, you will get all roses are red. Pero ang all roses are red is not the same as if some roses are red. Oh, I'm sorry. Teka, na-misconstrue ko. Teka, nabobo ko. Okay, again. No roses are red. So, kapag ninegate, no roses are red, pag ninegate mo siya, I'm confused again. No roses are red. Okay. No roses are red. Ayun. No roses are red, walang pulang rosas. Walang pulang rosas. So, no roses are red, ibig sabihin, um, ang negation niya, pwedeng may isang bulaklak na kulay pula. Not all roses are red. So, ibig sabihin, nakatingin siya sa point of view ng mga to. Not all roses are red. Pero ito, bulaklak, red rose siya. So, itong not all roses are red is the same as some roses are red. Itong dalawang to. Ito yung sinasabi ko kanino na kung bakit itong no roses are red is almost the same as all roses are red. Ang weird, no? Kasi ang negation nito, some roses are red. Ang negation niya rin, some roses are red. Okay? Pero ang point of view nito, all roses are red, not all, dito lahat ng bulaklak, pula, eto, some roses are not red. Okay. Ang point of view niya, etong mga bulaklak na hindi kulay pula. Yun yung negation niya. Dito naman, no roses is red or no roses are red. Tapos, ang negation niya, some roses are red. Ang point of view niya, yung kulay pula na bulaklak. Nakikita ko kung paano yung nangyayari, yung point of view. Tingnan mo, pareho sila ng negation. Etong dalawang ito, this all here and this no here, no and all, pareho silang negation. Magkaiba nga lang ng point of view. Ang point of view para sa all, nakatingin ka dun sa hindi pulang bulaklak. Pero ang point of view mo sa no, pag ninegate mo siya, doon ka sa pulang bulaklak nakatingin. Either way, pareho lang naman yung idea na yan. Kaya nangyayari, etong, etong dahil equivalent itong dalawang ito, lumalabas na parang magkapareho rin ng all tsaka no. That's what I was saying about this one here. Kaya sa math, iniiwasan namin itong mga statement ito and we just stick to all and some. We avoid itong part na ito. Pero in practice, ina-avoid talaga namin yung part na yun. Pero kailangan ituro siya. Pero at least alam mo, in practice, sa math, ina-avoid tong statement na ito. We just stick with some and all. So ang kabaliktaran ng all ay some, kabaliktaran ng some and all. But if they want to be extra, yung all, pwede mo gamitin no pa rin. Ang kabaliktaran ng no, some. Okay? So, I hope that makes sense. Nakuha yung idea. Kaya medyo ayoko tong topic na to kasi it makes sense sa mathematical practice. Okay. So, for example, all cats are mammals. Ano kabaliktaran? Pwede mo sabihin some cats are mammals. O pwede mo yung sabihin, some cats are not mammals. Kasi dinidivide mo lang yung dalawa sa dalawang camp eh. Either all ka or ano. No man is an island. Some man is an island. Pwede mo rin sabihin, some men pala, is not an island. So, applicable. So, kaya lumalabas yung all tsaka no, parang same connotation lang siya. Okay? So, we rarely use that idea ng may no talagang ginagamit. Parang think positive ka lagi, all ka. It's either you're all or some. All or some. Okay? At least alam mo in practice. Pero pag nag-appear to sa, I think sa exam kasi nag-appear to, napansin ko ba. And pag nag-check ako, I really manually check it. Kasi hindi ako talaga yung mga choices din. Pag it doesn't make sense, nag-adjust ako paano chinecheck siya. Okay? Hindi ko siya nasusunod yung sa answer to. So, I use my judgment din kung para sa chinecheck. Okay? So, don't worry about that. So, kung may exam, tapos nakita niyo yung mga ganito, you can ask me or yung ano, yung instructor na yung proctor na involved and we can give our judgment kung paano yung sagutan. Okay. So, conditional. Now, every day we have to make decisions as simply as which route to take in going to school. The decisions we make normally depend on some conditions or premises or information given. For example, if it rains, then you will not walk going to school or there are no classes at all. We also encounter a lot of conditionals or if thens in advertisements, instructions, arguments, and ordinary conversations. Hence, it is important to understand the conditional and many forms it takes and statements which are not equivalent to a given conditional. Ano ba sabihin ito? Okay. So, balikan natin yung conditional na P implies Q. Or the conditional P if P then Q is equivalent to the following statements. Basically, sasabi, paano siya binabasa? Okay, P if Q can also be read as Q if P. P only if Q. P is sufficient for Q. Q is necessary for P. All P are Q, either not P or Q. Kasi ito yung ano no, not P or Q. Nakita natin kanina, equivalent yung dalawang yan. So pwede mo siya basahin as either not P or Q. Okay, so all of this is the same as this. Okay, so pag na-encounter nyo yan, yun lang ibig sabihin nito sa symbol. In symbols, ito lang yun. Okay, so huwag kayong mabagabag pag nakita nyo yan. So, if it's a bird, then it flies. The premise is a statement, it's a bird. The conclusion, it flies. Of course, ang sagot dito ay, is it true or false? This is false. Kasi may isip na kayo. Halimbawa, penguin. A penguin doesn't fly. Okay, it's a bird, but it doesn't fly. Okay, so let's look at this one here. Isulat natin siya. P if P, then Q. So Q if P, it flies if it's a bird. So parang biniligtad mo, inikot mo lang. P only if Q. It's a bird only if it flies. P is sufficient for Q. Being a bird is sufficient for it to fly. Q is necessary for P. Flying is necessary for it to be a bird. All P are Q. This is referred to as a universal statement. All birds fly. Either not P or Q. Either it's not a bird or it flies. Okay, so, ano lang to? Fancy way of saying if P then Q. Yun ang masasabi ko dyan. If P then Q. Usually, ito ang ginagamit. Ito ma-encounter nyo. For example, number 5. All P or Q. All birds fly. Ito yung mga usual na encounter mo. Be ito to some extent, may rinig mo itong mga to. Ito medyo, ano na siya, pompous na yung dating. Okay, 3 and 4. Number 6, although tama siya, pero parang weirdo. Wala pa tayong naiisip na bigong sa salita talaga. Okay? So, here are exam exercises you can answer. So, let's now talk about so, dumating na, pag-usapan natin yung converse, inverse, and contrapositive. Ano kinalaman niya sa yung conditional? Okay. So, yung conditional, ito yung meron tayo. Conditional ang tawag dito. So, we delve deeper dito sa operation na to, conditional. So, ano ang converse? Converse, inverse, and contrapositive. So, a common mistake in restating conditionals is interchanging the premise and the conclusion. Consider the conditional P implies Q. it's a bird, then it flies. Which of the following statements is equivalent to if it's a bird, then it flies? Ito ba yung katulad niya? If it's a bird, then it flies. Ito pala ba? Baligtad. Dito. If it's, if it flies, it's a bird. Okay, sorry. If it flies, then it's a bird. Okay, sorry. Napagbaliktad ko. Na copy-paste na. Okay, next. Not P implies not Q. If it's not a bird, then it doesn't fly. Not Q implies not P. If it doesn't fly, then it's not a bird. So what do you think ang ano niya? Counterpart niya dito? P implies Q. So, most probably hindi ito. Okay, so you will just choose between these two here. As it turns out, ito ang ka-equivalent niya. Not Q implies not P. If it doesn't fly, then it's not a bird. Okay, how do we know that? So, para mong sinasabi, P implies Q is equivalent to not P, ay not Q, implies not P. So, paano nangyari yon? So, we can construct what we call truth tables. So, we have here PQ, not P, not Q. At yung P implies Q. P implies Q, true and false, false, false and true, false and false, true. Paano naman yung not Q implies not P? False implies false, true. True implies false, false. False implies true, true. True implies true, true. So dahil pare-pareho yan, true, false, true, 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 false, true, true, pareho sila, equivalent sila. Ganon din yung converse tsaka inverse. They are, what do you call this one? Equivalent statements. Q implies P ay pareho sa not P implies not Q. Basically, ang gagawin mo, pagpapalitin mo yung premise tsaka conclusion, tapos inenegate mo. Yung P, pag nilipat mo sa conclusion, magiging not P. Tapos yung Q, pag nilipat mo sa premise, magiging not Q. Ganon din dito. Yung Q, nilipat mo dito, not Q. Tapos yung P, lipat mo sa kabila, not P. Kaya equivalent sila. Okay? Equivalent. So, conditional is the same as contrapositive. Converse is the same as inverse. Okay? So, tandaan itong mga rules na ito. Okay, so ayan lang. From the we see that the condition is equivalent to contrapositive and not equivalent to its converse and inverse. Okay? So, given the definition pala siya. Given the conditional P implies Q, we call not P implies not Q the contrapositive. Dati ka mali. Not Q implies not P. Baliktad. Not Q implies not P. The contrapositive of P implies Q. Q implies P. The converse of P implies Q. Not P. It's not Q. It's the inverse of P or P implies Q. Take note, class, ha? Not P implies not Q. Inverse siya sa point of view ni P implies Q. Pero, contrapositive siya of Q implies P. Okay? Sa point of view ni Q implies P. Yan, contrapositive of Q implies P. Pero inverse ka ni P implies Q. Okay? So, let's consider the statements. All even numbers are divisible by 2. Okay. So, pag negate natin ito, at ang all even numbers are divisible by 2, we can express this as conditional. If it's an even number, then it is divisible by 2. Okay? So, all even numbers are divisible by 2. In conditional version niya. And in converse niya, if a number is divisible by 2, then it is an even number. Inverse, if it's not an even number, then it's not divisible by 2. Contrapositive, if it's not divisible by 2, then it's not an even. Medyo nakakahilo na. Isa-swap mo lang ito, tsaka ito, makukuha mo yung contrapositive. Okay? Iswap mo lang yung position ng premise at ng conclusion. Ganun din, sa converse, iswap mo yung position nila, tapos i-negate mo. Dito, sa converse, isa-swap mo lang yung position ng premise at conclusion. Wala kang negation na gagawin. Okay? So here are some exercises. Okay? Ang dami. Okay. So, let's now talk about valid and invalid arguments. Charles Dodgson, author of Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, and better known as Lewis Carroll, was not only a famous writer, he was also a mathematician and logician. He created numerous amusing puzzles with absurd implications and nonsensical statements to train people on logical reasoning. The following are puzzles by Lewis Carroll. All babies are illogical. Nobody is despised who can manage a crocodile. Illogical persons are despised. Puzzle number 2. No kitten that loves fish is unteachable. No kitten without a tail will play with a gorilla. Kittens with whiskers always love fish. No teachable kitten has green eyes. No kittens have tails unless they have whiskers. Okay, actually, they don't make sense at all. Kaya nga siya puzzle lang. Okay, the objective in each puzzle is to draw a conclusion based on all the premises given. Logical reasoning is important in puzzle and problem solving as it provides a systematic way to come up with a solution. We are also regularly inundated by arguments or reasoning which may seem nonsensical or puzzling. We encounter phrases like God is love is blind, therefore God is blind. This seems logical or valid, but logical nga ba siya? Hence, logical reasoning should be applied when we discern the validity or soundness of arguments. So in this section, we discuss valid and invalid arguments, common forms of valid and arguments, and some examples of fallacies we encounter in everyday life. So dito, magbubuo na tayo ng mga statements natin. Kanina, binibigay yung mga statements. Okay? Tapos, i-convert mo siya to P, Q, R. Pero ngayon, magdo-draw out na tayo ng conclusions. Okay, so to do that, we're going to get to be aided by what we call Euler diagrams. Now, bago tayo pumunta dun sa ginagawang ni Lewis Carroll, mag-Euler diagram muna tayo. Now, an Euler diagram represents statements the way Venn diagrams represent sets. Okay, so kung alam niyo yung Venn diagram from high school, it's almost the same as Euler diagram. Euler diagram nga lang pang statement, Venn diagram pang sets. Pero either way, pareho lang sila. Consider the statement, Jose is a UP student. So the statement involves inclusion in a set. That is, Jose is an element of the set of students. We can use a circle to represent set of UP students, and if we let X represent Jose, the Euler diagram of a statement P is given by, so etong statement P, may Euler diagram siya. Ito yung UP students, ito si Jose. Okay, it's inside the set of UP students. Okay? Now, we can also represent statements with the quantifiers all, some, and none. So, let's see. All cats are mammals. So, all cats are mammals. So, may dalawa kang gagawin dito. Yung cats, tsaka yung mammals. Okay. So, all cats are mammals. The statements involves two sets. Kanina, Jose and UP students. Jose is just an element. Dito, dalawang set ka na. Set of cats and set of mammals. So, since all cats are mammals, this means the set of cats is contained in the set of mammals. The diagram is given by the condition, if it's a cat, then it's a mammal. So pareho lang itong dalawang to. Okay? So, eto yung diagram niya. If it's a cat, then it's a mammal. Okay? Makes sense. How about some dogs are hairy? This statement involves the set of dogs and the set of hairy things, which may include other animals. The quantifier some signifies that there may be dogs which are not hairy, and there may be hairy things which are not dogs. This is represented by two intersecting sets, and the region where the intersect contains the set of dogs which are hairy. So ito yung mga dogs, ito yung hairy things. So hairy dogs, yung intersection lang nila. Some dogs are hairy. Okay? And finally, no even number is an odd number. So we consider the set of even numbers and odd numbers. The quantifier none means the two sets must not intersect. Otherwise, there will be even numbers which are odd. So, walang intersection. So, ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo kanina na pag ninegate mo siya, ninegate mo, it's either ang negation mo, may intersection kayo, or yung isa nako-contain sa loob. So, kumbaga ang negation ng no, pwede mo sabihin either some or all. Dalawa yung cases na magagawa mo. Okay? At ang all, ang negation niya ay some or no. So that's why we just consider all and some. We seldom work with yung may no tayo nakalagay dito. Okay? So in general, we have the following Euler diagrams for statements with quantifiers, all, some, or none, involving members of two sets. Again, all sets are B, all A are B, some A are B, no A is B. Okay? So here are some exercises. So ano gamit ng Euler diagrams? So balik tayo sa valid and invalid arguments. So an argument consists of premises or hypotheses, say P1, P2 until Pn, and one conclusion Q. So we consider the conjunction P1 and P2 and dot 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 and Pn. Tawagin natin yung P. And ang gagamitin natin, hindi or. Okay? Kasi pag or, uh, maging true lang yung isa, or yan, lahat ito, true na agad. So, para mas mahigpit tayo, and ang gagamitin natin. Okay? The argument P implies Q is valid if the premises are assumed to be true. So, dapat true ito. Then the conclusion must also hold true. That is, the statement P implies Q is an implication. We use Euler diagrams to determine the validity of an argument. We construct a diagram which represents the premises. The argument is valid if the conclusion is satisfied by the Euler diagram representing all premises. Note that the premises are assumed to be true, although the statements may not be true in the stricter sense. Okay? So, ang gagawin natin, assumption na talaga natin, true ito. Okay? So, kung true ito, at true yung buong yan, it will force Q to be true. So, pero pag ito, true lahat, tas lumabas ito ay false, it will force Q to be false. Okay? So, kaya, yun yung nagkakaroon ng force kung true lahat ito, automatic magtutrue yan. So, all dogs are hairy. Cotton is a dog, therefore cotton is hairy. So, all dogs are hairy. Okay. So, hairy things. Ito yung dogs. So, if ano yan, if, uh, if, if it's a dog, then it's hairy. So, subset siya. Tapos, Cotton is a dog. Ano to? Cotton is a dog, element siya. So, si Cotton, nandito sa loob ng dogs. So, therefore, Cotton is hairy. Does this one follow from etong dalawang premises na ito? Ito yung dalawang premises natin. Yes, this one follows kasi nasatisfy niya yung Euler diagram natin. Okay, makita natin. X, ito yan si ano? Yan si Cotton. Okay, so valid yung argument natin. Okay? Okay. How about, ito na, all dogs are hairy. Ito kanina, ano ha? All dogs are hairy. Cotton is a dog. Therefore, Cotton is hairy. Ito naman, iba naman ngayon. All dogs are hairy. My pet Cotton is hairy. Therefore, Cotton is a dog. Okay, tingnan natin. All dogs are hairy. Ito yung hairy things. Nasaan yung ano? All dogs are hairy. So, all dogs are hairy. Ito yon. My pet Cotton is hairy. My pet Cotton is hairy. Element siya ng mga hairy things. Pero pwede siyang nandito, pwede rin siya nandito. So may dalawang cases. Pwede kang nasa loob ng mga dogs or nasa labas. So pag nandito ka sa labas, may dalawang cases. Sa labas ka, or pag nandito ka sa loob muna, sa loob, totoo ito, Cotton is a dog. Pero pag lumabas ka, automatically, Cotton is not a dog. So this one doesn't follow easily. Okay? So if your dog is hairy and your pet Cotton is hairy, pwedeng pusa si Cotton. Okay? So this one doesn't follow. So hindi ito, this one is, etong buong to, false. Ito true ito false. So itong entire validity ng argument, false. So one may also show that an argument is invalid by exhibiting two different diagrams representing the premises. In the previous example, we have the two diagrams, which both satisfy the two premises but give two possible conclusions. In the diagram on the left, Cotton is a dog and is also hairy. But in the second diagram, Cotton is hairy but it's not a dog. If an argument is valid, there should only be one possible conclusion. Hindi pwedeng dalawa. Okay? Isang conclusion lang ang pwede magamit. Okay? Okay, ito pa. Determine the validity of the following arguments. All dogs are hairy. My pet Donut is hairy. Therefore, Donut is not a dog. Tingnan natin isa-isa itong mga to. Ang dami nila, no? So, all dogs are hairy. My pet Donut is hairy. So, all dogs are hairy. Isa-isayin natin, no? Okay. All dogs are hairy. Dogs, hairy thing. My pet donut, ay mali. My pet donut is not hairy. So my pet donut is not hairy. Nasa labas siya ng hairy things. So therefore, donut is not a dog. So donut is not a dog. Hindi talaga siya aso. So this one is true or valid argument. Okay? So this one is valid. Nasa labas na kasi. It's not a dog. Okay. Number two, all cats are mammals. The cats. Ito yung cats. Mammals. My pet donut is not a cat. So pwedeng nandito si donut or nandito si donut. Therefore, donut is not a mammal. So pwedeng si donut, mammal pa rin. Pwedeng hindi siya mammal. Pero dalawang scenario natin. Either donut is a mammal or it's not a mammal. So this one is invalid. Okay, so this one is false. How about all cats are mammals or mammals are animals? Therefore, all cats are animals. Medyo straightforward, no? True siya, no? Cats are mammals. Mammals. Cats. All mammals are animals. At dahil yung cats nasa loob ng animals, therefore all cats are false. Now, all parrots are birds. Some birds are colorful. Therefore, some parrots are colorful. Some na yung nakalagay. So, paano to? All parrots are birds. All parrots are birds. So, ito yung parrots, ito yung birds. Some birds are colorful. So, some birds are colorful. So, some birds are colorful. Paano ba to? Pag some birds are colorful, may intersection. Pwedeng ganito yung intersection. Okay? So, ito yung mga colorful. So, pwedeng walang parrot sa colorful. Or, pwedeng ganito naman yung intersection mo. Ito yung parrots. Ito yung birds. Yung intersection mo. Ito, colorful. So, may makukuha kang mga parrots. So, the question is, nagva-valid ba tong argument ito? Some parrots are colorful. Pag sinabing some parrots are colorful, may intersection ba ang colorful with the parrots? And yes, may intersection siya. Ito yung parrots, ito yung colorful. May intersection. So this one is valid. How about all parrots are birds? Parrots, birds. Some parrots fly. So some parrots fly. Some parrots fly. Pwedeng, ito yung mga ano, no? Uh, ito yung mga birds flying. Or pwedeng ganito. Ito yung some parrots fly. Parrots fly. So therefore, some birds fly. Pag some birds fly, pwede pa ganito, pwede ba yung ganito? Some birds fly. So some birds fly, may intersection ng fly tsaka birds. So this one is valid. Okay, some birds fly. Let me check. Tama, alam ko valid yung number 5. Okay, valid. Nagduda rin ako na valid siya. Ito yung intercept. Ito yung ano mo. Okay, and finally, number 6. All parrots are birds. Ano nakakita ito? All parrots are birds. All cats are mammals. No bird. Ito yung bird. Sorry. Bird. Ito yung ito yung ito yung mammals. No bird is a mammal, okay? Disconnected sila or disjoint. Therefore, no parrot is a cat. Okay, ayun, no parrot is a cat. Disjoint sila, disconnected. So this one is valid. Okay? Kasi nasatisfy siya nung diagram. Okay? So we were able to obtain number 6, which is, ito yung number 6. So it's a valid argument. Okay? So as mentioned in this first example, the argument may be valid even if the premises are not universally true. That is, the argument is valid but not sound. In fact, we can have premises that may be meaningless, but the conclusion, which is also meaningless, can still follow logically if the premises are assumed to be true. So consider the following argument. All booms are zooms, all fips are bips, no zoom is a mip. Therefore, no boom is a fip. Okay, ganito yung mga nabasa ganito sa exam, nakakaloka yan. So all booms are zooms, all booms are zooms, all fips are nips, all fips are nips. So no zoom is a mip. Okay, no zoom is a mip. Therefore, no boom is a fip. Tama ba yun? Tingin mo, is this valid or invalid? This is kapag all booms are zooms, all booms, sorry, all booms, nilo ko. Ay, baliktad yata ito yan. All, baliktad niya, baliktad. All booms are zooms. All fips are mips. Okay. No zoom is no zoom is a mip. Okay, so disjoint na yung zoom tsaka mip. Therefore, no boom is a fip. Okay. So, kumbaga, dinisjoint na talaga sila nitong dalawang to. So, itong dalawang to, disjoint na talaga. Okay? So, this one is a valid argument. Okay, nagkamali yung mga labels ko. Okay? So, here are exercises. Medyo ang dami na lang yan. Para masanay kayo ng ng pag-drawing ng mga order diagram and pag-identify kung ano ang valid at invalid arguments. Okay. So, actually, halos patapos na tayo yun dito. Valid argument forms. So, ito yung mga valid argument forms natin na nakita kanina. All dogs are hairy. Cotton is a dog, therefore cotton is hairy. All dogs are hairy. My pet Cotton is not hairy, therefore Donut is not a dog. All cats are mammals. All mammals are animals. Therefore, all cats are animals. Now, the arguments of Bob are always valid and satisfy valid forms. Valid argument forms called modus ponens, modus tollens, and syllogism. Okay? So, paano malalaman kung modus ponens, modus tollens, or syllogism ang meron tayo? So, there's, ano lang sila, special kind lang ng, ano, special kind lang sila na P and, um, ano lang sila, P and Q implies, sorry, P implies Q and, uh, sorry, all dogs are hairy. P implies R, and, sorry, isa pa, P, yung hairy, dogs na lang. Dogs implies hairy, and cotton implies dog. Therefore, cotton implies hairy. So C implies D and D implies H. C implies H. Okay. So, himay-himayin natin mga statements natin. Bakit totoo? Yung mga modus tollens, modus ponens, and syllogism. So, all dogs are hairy. If it's a dog, then it's hairy. All cats are mammals. If it's a cat, then it's a mammal. All mammals are animals. If it's a mammal, then it's an animal. Okay. Now, ito ang modus ponens. Modus ponens is if it's a dog, then it's hairy. Cotton is a dog. Okay, so P implies Q. Ang cotton is a dog and P. Therefore, so si Cotton, siya yung, kumbaga, siya yung nagiging placeholder sa it na ito. P implies Q and P. Okay, P implies Q and P. Etong buong to, pag sinimplify mo, this implies Q. On the other hand, if it's a dog, then it's hairy. P implies Q. My pet dog is not hairy, not Q. So P implies Q and not Q implies not P. Okay, dito P implies Q and P. Itong buong to, in-implies na Q. Okay? Parang sinasabi dito, pag inulit mo lang yung premise mo, yung conclusion mo, pareho lang. Pag ninegate mo yung conclusion mo, makukuha mo yung negation ng premise mo. And syllogism, if it's a cat, then it's a mammal. If it's a mammal, then it's an animal. Therefore, if it's a cat, then it's an animal. Ito yung familiar tayo. P implies Q, Q implies R, P implies R. Okay, so ito yung mga kailangan maalala na special kinds of valid arguments. Now, we can use truth table to show the validity of these arguments. In particular, we find the truth table of the conditional whose premise is the conjunction of the premises and the conclusion is the given conclusion in the argument. So pag sinulat natin, ito ang modus ponens, P implies Q and P implies Q. Ito uunahin mo. Ito yung isang ano lang to ha, isang sentence lang to, isang statement. Ito yung conclusion. Ito yung premise. So ito yung premise ng modus tollens, ito yung conclusion. And syllogism, ito yung buong premise, ito yung conclusion. Okay? If the statement is true for of each of the four cases in the truth table, then the argument is valid. In this case, we call the statement a tautology, and the conditionals given are in fact implications. We have the following truth tables. Tingnan lang natin, tapos, I think we can end here pag nakita natin. Modus ponens, PQ. Anong P implies Q? P implies Q, true. True, false, 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 true, true, false, false, true. Anong P implies Q and P? P implies Q and P, true and true, true, false and true, false, true and false, false, true and false, true. Ay, false. Okay. Tapos, implication na. This entire thing, i-imply natin with Q. True and true, true. False and false, true. False and true, true. False and false, true. Okay, napansin ninyo, lahat ito true. So dahil true ang nakuha natin, this is what they call a tautology. Okay, so whatever you do, this kind of statement is a tautology. Ganon din dito sa P implies Q and not Q implies not P. Lahat lalabas dito. Tautology ito. Okay? So dito P implies Q. Ito yung parang seed natin, no? Seed. Tapos nagkaroon ka ng stem na not Q. Ang magiging conclusion na P. Dito ang stem niya P. Ang conclusion niya Q. At yung P implies Q and P implies R implies P implies R. O, medyo mahaba nga lang to kasi tatlong ano na to statements sa PQR. So you have to take into consideration lahat ng possible combinations. But you will end up with all are true. Okay? So, tingnan natin to. Verify the following arguments are valid and determine if they are all valid, given valid arguments, modus ponens, modus tollens, or syllogism. All UP students need to enroll in Math 10. Okay. So, UP students, ito yung Math 10, UP students. UP students. Maria is a UP student. Okay, Maria is a UP student. Therefore, all UP students need to enroll in Math 10. Balik ko pala drawing ko. UP student, Math 10. Maria is a UP student. Maria has to enroll to Math 10. This is true. So this one is valid. So ito yung itong all UP students need to enroll in Math 10. All UP students, P, enroll in Math 10, Q. Maria is a UP student, P. P implies Q. And P, this one will be Q. This is through a modus ponens. If I sing, then it rains. If it's not raining, therefore I did not sing. If it's sing, then it rains. P, Q. If it's not raining, not Q. Okay. P implies Q and not Q. This would imply not P. So ito yung modus tollens. And finally, if you love cats, then you love animals. If you love animals, then you should be kind to animals. Therefore, if you love cats, you should be kind to animals. This is an example of syllogism. Okay? So, pwede kayo mag-drawing siya. Pero madali makita ang syllogism kasi between the two here, among the three here, pinakamadali makita ang syllogism compared to modus ponens and modus tollens. Okay? So, here are some exercises. So, next meeting, we will finish with this one here, yung mga fallacies and other examples. Okay? Sige, any question? Wala? Sure kayo ha? O, sige, we'll finish this next meeting and we'll go to our next stop pagkatapos. Okay. O siya, baka sa weekend ayusin ko na yung repository natin ng mga recording tsaka notes.